Welcome, everybody, to Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today, we have on our show David Steele, and he's a marriage and family therapist and relationship coach and founder of the Relationship Coaching Institute. I'm so excited to have him here today because today we're talking about why you shouldn't give up on finding the right man. Because I hear all too often that a lot of women are just tired of dating. They're tired of going out on bad dates, and it's just not working for them. So David's going to give us some great tips on why you shouldn't give up and how to turn it around. But before we do, David, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and how you became a relationship coach.
Well, after an unhappy childhood and my parents divorcing, I became a marriage and family therapist because I wanted to figure it out for myself. And I'm passionate about relationships, and I want to love and be loved for myself. But specializing with couples in trouble was a really, really hard way to go. They didn't want to be together anymore. They were miserable. And, I really wanted to save their marriage, but it was really, really hard work. When professional coaching came around in about 1995-96, I became really excited about applying coaching to relationships to the point where I transitioned my entire practice to relationship coaching, and I founded a Relationship Coaching Institute to train relationship coaches. So we are the first and largest relationship coach training organization.
Awesome. Well, let's jump into this. So tell us how a woman who comes to you, because I know this happens with you and your clients, because sometimes my clients will get really tired of dating. They're tired of going out on bad dates, meeting the wrong men. And they're just like, this is exhausting. I don't want to do this anymore. The right man doesn't exist. So can you give us three tips on how a woman can turn it around and why she shouldn't give up?
Well, first of all, you put it so well. I was there. I'm a guy, and I was there. That frustration, that anger. I don't want to do this anymore. And I got to the point where I was so upset and angry at myself and at the whole dating thing, I decided I'd rather be single than settle. Forget it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
I want to find the perfect person. I don't want to dilly-dally around anymore. And actually, that was the best thing I've ever done. Because 3 months later, I found my soulmate. I found my wife, Darlene. And so what was I doing wrong before then? Why couldn't that happen earlier? It turns out that I wasn't clear about it. I didn't know it totally, but I was settling. I didn't really believe it. And so, what you believe you can achieve. But it's the opposite. What you don't believe, you're absolutely not going to achieve either. So first of all, believe in yourself. Believe that you are wonderful, you deserve to love and be loved, and that there is the perfect person out there for you, and you can live happily ever after. You have to believe that, and it starts with you. It starts with right now. And then here's a thought that really turned it around for me. It's a beautiful thought. I hope you think it's beautiful. It's at the same time that you are seeking the love of your life, they are seeking you.
That is true.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I really like that because it is true. Because I hear all too often that a lot of women think that, men just don't want to settle down. They're not looking for a relationship, but they are, right, David?
Yeah, and women beat themselves up. They say, I'm too old. It's too late for me. I'm too overweight. My hair's gray, whatever it is. And so they're talking themselves out of it.
Yeah.
And it's not necessary. The perfect, we are all quirky. I'm quirky, Darlene's quirky, everybody's quirky. And you will find somebody that you will fall in love with them and their quirks, and they will fall in love with you and your quirks. And that's when you know you're soulmates, right? So you have to believe in that, and you have to stay true to that belief. And don't settle for less, even a little bit.
Right.
So the whole idea of at the same time that I'm seeking my soulmate is seeking me. If you're clear about who they are, you're clear about what you're looking for, it's easy to find it. If you're not clear, it's impossible to find it, right?
Right.
So we need to do a little bit of work to be clear about who we are and what we want, our vision, our requirements, our needs, and our wants. It's all in here in Conscious Dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I I like to think of conscious dating, which means being aware of who you are and what you want, and then the journey, the strategies to finding the love of your life. I have a metaphor. It's like finding your soulmate feels like trying to find a needle in a haystack. There's a big stack of hay and a tiny, tiny needle, and how in the world are you going to find it? And so it's overwhelming. However, when you are clear about who you are and what you're looking for, and you get out there and take risk and you're looking for it, guess what? That's like having a truck-mounted electromagnet go in that haystack, found the needle. It can happen faster than you really believe it can. For me, it happened within 3 months, but it can feel like finding a needle in a haystack. It doesn't have to be, but first, we have to believe in ourselves, believe that we deserve love, be clear about who we are and what we want, go search for that person, say no to everything else and everybody that isn't the right fit. It's like when we go to the store and we try on dresses or jackets, we're saying no to everything that isn't the right fit. And when we put something on, we want to love it. Say, yes, I would pay $300 for this. Absolutely, I'll be happy to pay $300 for it. But if you buy something that's too big or too small and pay $300 for it, you're never going to be happy with it.
Well, that is very true. And I like how you said to get really clear on what you want, your requirements, wants, and needs, because if you get clear on that, then when you go out on a date with a man that doesn't meet your requirements, wants, or needs, then you're just going to be able to move on that much quicker and not go, oh, well, maybe this could work out. Because I see a lot of times where women will waste time dating a man that there's so many red flags or things that are missing that it's not going to work out. So you're absolutely right. If you get clear on those things, you're not going to waste time dating men that aren't worth it.
Yeah. I got to the point where I got so good at what I call scouting, sorting, screening, and testing. And those are the 4 steps for conscious dating. That's another show. Mm-hmm. That after about 200 or so coffee dates, you connect with somebody online, you say, okay, let's meet for coffee. Out of 200 coffee dates, Suzanne, how many do you think resulted in a second date? Once I got good at it.
Oh, once you got good at it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say maybe 10, 20?
3.
Wow.
3. Since my last divorce, about 200 coffee dates or so. It's a long journey. I got totally frustrated with that journey, by the way. Out of 200 coffee dates, only 3 resulted in a second date. And the last one, I married.
Yeah, I have to point something out to the women because I love that you shared the number that you went out on 200 dates to find your soulmate. And I want women to realize that you need to go out on a lot of bad dates, and women, or in his case, women that weren't right, but ladies, you need to go out on a lot of dates with men that just aren't right to find that one person.
Yeah, and I don't even think of them as dates. I think of it as informational interviews. You don't want to get together with that person again unless everything lines up. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this person again. If it's a lot of the times it's 5149. Say, well, he's kind of a nice guy, but this and this. Oh, well, let's give it a chance. No, because what's going to happen is you're going to reinforce the reason why it came to your attention that this isn't quite a fit. So don't even bother.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, well, great. Now, did you give it, I'm lost track. Did you give us all 3 tips? Because this has been such a great conversation.
Okay. So, in preparation, I knew you were going to ask this. So 3 tips. Okay. Be clear.
Right.
About who you are and what you want, requirements, needs, wants, and all that. Be the chooser. Go out there on those 200 coffee dates and be the chooser, yes or no.
Right.
It has to be like 99 or 1 to 1, not 5149. Your whole body has to say, yes, I can't wait to see this guy again. And also, believe. Believe in yourself. Believe that you deserve to love and be loved. Believe that your soulmate is out there. Believe that they're looking for you. You just have to believe.
That is very true because I hear all too often that some women will say, they'll say, I don't know if this is going to happen for me. I don't know if I'm ever going to get married. I don't know if I'm ever going to meet the right man. And if you don't believe, that's huge. You could actually be blocking yourself.
Oh, guaranteed. And, my heart goes out to those women because I've been there myself. And it's so frustrating and it's so discouraging and you feel like it's never going to happen. But believe and take risk and put yourself out there and say no to what you don't want. Eventually you'll find what you do want.
Awesome. Well, these have been some great tips. So David, tell our audience how they can find you.
Well, it's pretty easy. For everything about conscious dating, go to consciousdating.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you'd like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.